Preseason's been great. It's really fun because we have probably the most experienced team we've ever had, so we're able to kind of not take things for granted, but just move probably a little quicker than we ever have in the past. We had a great fall, some good opportunities to compete against Cleveland State and Seton Hill in the fall in some scrimmages, so able to just kind of like right off the bat just move faster, lean on our older guys who have been here for 4 years. Our first senior class really have recruited guys, so they have a ton of experience. They played in a lot of games, and we're really trusting them to kind of get us off on a quick start here. Yeah, the senior class, obviously, they got here and sort of even from the point of committing right from the start, and so they've been with us from the beginning, and had some conference championships, had some opportunities to play in the NCAA tournament, and so those guys have been around the block, and I think for us this year it's less about obviously we're always getting better, but for them it's about learning how to take their past experience and apply it now to be even more effective and productive this year. So the usual suspects are back. Mike Lefort was second on the team in points last year. Jed Spears, Brett Gladstone, both like leading scorers in the midfield. Defensively, Cody Adams was an honorable mention All-American, so that was a really exciting thing. RJ Miller has played a bunch of games in goal for us, and there's a number of other guys. Blaze Bishop has always been a key part of our offense, and so it's a group. Obviously, Grant Evans, being the preseason player of the year at the face-off position is a nice asset to have, and so we have leaned heavily on those guys, and we'll continue to do so, but also trying to really emphasize to them that if they want to have the year that they want to have, it's about them bringing along the other guys and not trying to do this by themselves, but really investing and mentoring and discipling the guys behind them. Yeah, the junior class is more loaded defensively. So we've got Charlie Brandon, Brock Simmons, Bailey Decker have all played a lot at close for us. Kyle Coogan's in LSM. Jack Petit has also started games in the goal for us. So on the defensive end, we get a lot of experience there. Max Shimura playing defensive midfield. And then on offense, James Petroli obviously was our leading scorer last year. I think he's extremely talented, and we expect more from him this year. And the juniors, again, just the senior group that we have now combined with the junior group, we've never had really two full groups of upperclassmen, and so I think it's just really changed the tone and the atmosphere of practice and everything else that we're doing. Yeah, the sophomore group is it's more of a hodgepodge, to be honest with you. You've got first and most obviously maybe this year is a couple transfers. So Trenton Steele and David Kraus both are going to play probably pretty significant roles for us this year. Joined us in the kind of end of the summer and have fit in great. Have been great teammates. Just really an overall benefit to the program off the field, and then on the field, their talent speaks for themselves. In the midfield last year, you saw Griffin Agawa and Jack Carpenter get to play a lot. I think they've made significant steps forward. Just being able to spend a whole summer doing what we do and really understanding what they're getting into right off the bat. They've been great. Jack Atwood is back. So Jack was with us a couple years ago and is now back with the team. He's a sophomore, and he's been playing great. We're really excited to have Jack back. He was really dynamic while he was here and has continued to be that. And so just getting back into the speed of the game has been big for him, but definitely expect him to contribute a lot. Eli Gephardt is a guy that was here for part of last year and is back now. So he's a sophomore, as well as Prince Avion. So both guys are going to, contribute something in the middle of the field. Both very athletic. Eli, in particular, on offense, has been extremely productive, and so I would say he's going to be in our top group for sure. Yeah, so we have 9 freshmen this year. I think they've come in with a lot of confidence. A lot of them are very experienced, either from really prominent high school programs, club programs, or both. Obviously, they have to learn and learn how we do things, but there's no hesitancy or timidity there. Those guys are really attacking every day and challenging guys older than them and doing a lot of really cool stuff. And so the group is really balanced attack. We got a couple lefties in the group, which is exciting. Giving us more presence on that side of the field. Defensively, we've got guys that are going to contribute. And so, yeah, I think they're just, on the whole, they're a bunch of guys that are really fun to be around. I think they've already established a really tight connection amongst themselves. I think that they have connected and integrated themselves into the older guys, and it's just a matter of getting guys that are really talented on the same page with the existing talent that we already have. But yeah, I would expect of the 9 guys, probably at least 6 or 7 of them to contribute pretty significantly from day one, and that's really exciting when you have the program continuing, obviously, to get better at the oldest side of things, but also new guys kind of raising the level of play, whether it's the freshmen or the transfers or the sophomores just getting better. It just as a new program, it's almost like cheating. We're not graduating a lot of guys every year, and so it's easy to get better and see the improvement, and really exciting from year to year to year. And I think this could be a really special year for us. Yeah, so our strength of schedule is as good as it's ever been. We're playing 5 teams that are ranked in the top 20 in our non-conference schedule. So in our first 7 or 8 games, 5 of those teams are really highly ranked. The thought there is that if iron sharpens iron, we got to be going up against the toughest competition that we can possibly see. And the guys want to compete. For the seniors, especially, they've missed a lot of opportunities with COVID and shortened season kind of abbreviated season last year, and a season cut short the year before. So just giving them a chance to go out with an absolute bang, to take some swings at some pretty heavy hitters, and see what they're capable of. And I think also as a group, those guys have talked about they've now been to the NCAA tournament twice. We've lost in the first round twice. Both years, it's really easy to say, like, wow, you guys are a new program, it's so cool that you're there, and what a great game. And both games were close. One was overtime, one were tied at halftime with the defending national champions. And so it's really easy to pat yourself on the back and say, like, wow, we've made so much progress. And I think for those guys, at the end of the day, they still lost the game, and that's frustrating to them, and they want more than that. They don't want to just have a third year of, like, wow, you guys played another really close game, and what a major feat. Like, they want to. That's not good enough for them, I think. And so we need to see teams like that in the non-conference schedule that can push us and show us what we're capable of, and make us play at a faster speed, and so that when we get to the tournament, that's not the first time we've played somebody that can compete at that level. This is the 6th or the 7th time, and now we don't like last year we started off down, I think it was like 5-0 before the end of the first quarter, and then we started playing. But we got to get to the point where, like, that's our regular speed and not something that we have to adapt to when we get to the end of the season. So that's kind of the goal there, and then hopefully again, that helps us in the tournament. I think in PAC play as well, everybody's getting better. I think the coaches are doing a phenomenal job, and so not taking for granted what we've been able to accomplish in the past really has nothing to do with this year's team. And so how sharp can we be come the first game of PAC play? We want to be ready for that, and so we know the teams are going to push us hard, and we're going to be everybody's kind of target, and so we need to be prepared for that. Yeah, I think keys for us this year to accomplish our goals, really, it's going to be staying humble, not resting on something that we've done in the past, because this year's team hasn't done anything yet, and staying hungry for more and trying to improve, and seniors that not just kind of having their senior year, but really wanting to maximize that time and lead, ultimately bringing other guys along with them. So I think being humble and hungry, I think attention to detail is going to be big, with more guys on the roster than we've ever had, everybody being dialed into a game plan, everybody being able to understand and identify why we're doing what we do, paying attention to the little things. It's when you're playing teams in the top 20, and hopefully that's where we're at. It doesn't really matter, but that's how we see ourselves. And so when you're playing other teams that are really, really good, you're not blowing anybody out. You're not going to win 20-5 against a ranked opponent. And so the difference in those games, it's going to be 11-10, it's going to be 8-9, it's going to be 14-15. The difference is going to be who kind of executed at 1% towards the end. And so a lot of times that just comes down to execution, communication, and hopefully confidence. I think for us to do what we want to do, having the confidence to know that, like, okay, we've done we've accomplished a lot already. We have guys with some experience. We're not trying to figure out if we can play. We know we can play, and it's a matter of just doing it every day, day in and day out in practice, and then ultimately on Wednesday nights, Saturdays, and making it happen for ourselves.